We are live, Grandma. We are live. My grandma's cool. My grandma's awesome. My grandma is so cool.
Are we on podcast?
We are now.
Oh, hi, everybody.
Grandma wasn't expecting that. It just takes a little flick of a button, and then I'm on. Yeah, Screaming Sicilian Pizza, guys. I tried it. Kroger had it on sale for $4.99. If you like garlic, try it. I mean, I like garlic, but I don't like that much garlic. But it's an all right pizza. But I don't know. I wouldn't spend no $10 for it. Even though the pan that comes with it is very convenient. You don't got to do dishes. I'm trying to finish this pizza because I don't want to waste it. It's not that good. Like I put up with it until about the end. It was just too much herbs, too much garlic. There's too much of something. I don't know if it's garlic. I don't know. But, Grandma, what's your verdict on it?
Well, I don't know. I haven't tasted it.
Okay, let's say if you tried it. What would be your verdict?
Well, if there's too much spices, I don't think I'd care for it.
Yeah, it really is too much. Because not only is there spices on the bottom of the crust, like it looks like garlic and something else, but they've also stuffed a bunch of herbs under the cheese. Like,
oh,
it's too much.
Uh-huh.
Too much. I'm glad I got this on sale, and it's like the personal pan one.
Yeah.
Instead of buying the big one with the big mozzarella cubes on it. Because, man, that would have just been a disaster. The big ones that they reviewed on that pizza review that you were watching, that one cost like $12.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not cheap. But I gave it a try. I got to try it. Not my flavor. I'll stick with, Red Baron's a very good brand. And it's cheap. The Great Value one, believe it or not, is really good, and it's cheap.
Oh.
I don't like it having that much flavor. Like, no, that's just too much. Overkill. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna be going to open mic. I don't know if I'm gonna be performing, but I'm gonna be on standby. I want to perform some of those songs. I think I'm gonna write a song for her tonight too, to add to the storyline. I like that she don't mind me writing songs about her. And who knows? I did put a post, that I'll be at open mic and I'll be performing one of the songs I wrote for her. Who knows? Maybe she'll show up. You never know, because she's not working Monday. Believe it or not, they're closed on Monday. Probably to do with renovations, so who knows? But if she surprises me, I will probably, I don't know if I'll cry, but I will give her the biggest hug and lots of kisses and all of that. But I'm gonna write a song tonight too. But my grandma has had a rough couple days. Mama, do you got anything you want to get off your chest?
Oh, I'd rather not talk about it right now.
There you go.
I'm leaving her in the hands of the Lord.
What about the other thing with the smoking outside of your apartment?
I'll leave that in the hands of the Lord, too.
See how my grandma is? My grandma knows how to handle business. And there you go, Momo. I'm trying to finish this pizza. It's just yucky. Ugh.
Yeah, but if it's going to make you sick, James.
That's a waste of money. Oh well, I've wasted money before. If my grandma was $1 million, what would she be?
$1 million.
There you go. But yeah, so I'm finally in a happy place. I've been working on my patience. Believe it or not, with where I work, I usually have tendency to mute the phone and just say something absurd to prevent myself from like freaking out. Like if the person's being ultra difficult or they're just super dumb, I will mute the phone and I will yell, "Idiot!" Like I would yell it. Like everyone could hear it. Like people know I am frustrated when they hear "idiot" or "moron." I said "moron." But one thing my crush told me, she was like, "James, I want you to take care of yourself. And I like that you write songs about me, but I want to make sure that you're not doing all the focus on me and that you're still focusing on other activities too." And but she's my motivation. Like today, like I went a whole week straight without doing the whole moron thing, the idiot thing. I went a whole week without saying any of that. But today, they were testing me. I had some idiots today. And I was just like, I can't deal with this. Like, I'm about to go get a half gallon of coffee. Believe it or not, I didn't call him an idiot, but what I did do, I muted the phone and I just started saying, "Man, y'all are really testing me today. I went all week without calling people idiots and moron and stuff, but y'all are really testing me and I'm about to break." Because the supervisors don't want me to say it because a lot of new hires are coming in and they don't want the new people to get, "Oh, well, he's calling them idiots, so maybe I should call him an idiot."
Yeah, really. Got to be careful with that.
Yeah, but yeah, I vented out my frustration today about y'all want me to stop this, but to be honest, I'm wanting to put it to a stop, not for my job. It's just, my crush told me to take care of myself, and I think that would go part with taking care of yourself, because that's anger. I don't want to make her think I'm not taking care of myself. So
there you go.
Yep. And I'm gonna stay focused on other activities, because at the end of the day, I know where I can get love, and now I can stay focused. But yeah, I'm gonna perform the song. I'm gonna write another song tonight. Probably perform that too if I get on stage. But like that's the thing. Like since I got the okay from her and everything, and she enjoyed it. Like I got this whole world inside of my head right now. I got a big old storyline that I can do. Like the writings are infinite right now. But that's enough about that. One thing I want to talk about is yeah, just oh yeah, yeah. So after that, when I muted the phone and I said that, like I had to go on a break, and then my friend says, she looked at me and she says, "Dude, you're already going on break?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Why?" And I'm like, "'Cause that person was stupid." And then she was saying something, and then I'm like, you're irritating me too. I'm gonna go get a half gallon of coffee.
Oh.
You know, and then when I went to go get a half gallon of coffee, they didn't have vanilla. I'm like, I'm not gonna force myself to drink a caramel macchiato or any mocha. I don't want any of that. So.
Oh, mocha is good.
I don't want it. But when I looked, I was like, my crush would not want me to be drink, because she told me to stay away from half gallons of coffee. Like she said, James, don't drink that. I don't want you drinking that like that, okay? And so now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make the healthy alternative. I got one of those water, the flavor thingies instead, and it was pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
Did it make a half a gallon?
Well, yeah. I had a half gallon of water.
Of water. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I'd try to drink a half a gallon a day. But yeah, it filled up nicely. And then near the end of the day, I had another person who was just difficult. And then I'm like, what's gonna make me feel better if I text her and I just tell her. And the thing is, she reads like everything that I send her and everything, and like grandma, she's active with my emotions and stuff, and I like that. Because, the last crush, I didn't really hear from. When I did hear from her, it was usually short to the point, But I don't, I don't know her story,
Yeah, well, the other one was very busy.
Yeah, she's a businesswoman, And one of my friends told me that she likes her jobs and stuff, so she's not stressing. She likes her jobs, She has friends, but they're all in Atlanta. She don't really keep in contact with employees or anything. So, but as long as she's happy and she has time, because I don't know, I was kind of like telling my friend, I was like, are you friends with her, like outside of work and whatnot? And she was like, no, believe it or not, she keeps to herself. She's always pretty busy. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, I'm kind of concerned about that. And she was like, why? Because, is she working that much to distract herself? She's like, oh, James, don't worry about that. She likes her jobs and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, good. As long as I don't got nothing to worry about. What?
Is Athens closer to Atlanta than Jefferson?
I think so, but my parents said it's not.
Oh, it's not?
I think it is. My parents don't think so.
Oh, I wonder why.
Mm-mm. But yeah, I got nothing against her, I don't mind being friends.
Yeah.
Things happen for a reason, though.
That's right.
And now, I don't want to go back, because I like where things are going now.
Yeah.
And maybe, well, if you think about it, my first crush, she got all the red flags and stuff. Like she was active when I was just literally out of it. Like where I was very vulnerable. I could have easily got fished in, you know,
Oh,
because, the ex was trying to tempt me to come back. And like I was very vulnerable, but I was constantly running. And the the old crush was dealing with the red flags and, this severe red flags, cleanliness, and
yeah.
I think that was supposed to happen because she's a businesswoman and she knows how to handle those situations
Uh-huh.
and to make you feel better and whatnot. She's very professional, and then like when she took her vacation, like the red flags were kind of alleviated in a way. Like it wasn't as bad because I spent a lot of time with her before her vacation, and so my red flags were kind of down. But the thing was, is like I only had tunnel vision for her. I didn't see anyone else at the club or anything. I didn't want to see anyone else at the club. That was my problem. Until one day I was just so out of it. I remember there was one girl who I used to kind of talk to when I was waiting on my crush to be available, and I talked to her a little bit, but I remember I went up to her. I'm like, "Can I talk to you, please?" Like I was like freaking out. Like it was a busy day for them too. I'm like, "Can I talk to you, please?" And she was like, "In a minute." And she didn't come back, and I'm just like, "Frick." I think I was in an episode or something. But I don't even remember what happened that night. But I remember when I first laid eyes on the crush I have now, and she was just sitting there by herself, talking to one of the bouncers. She had like this angelic glow to her, and I just went up to her and I said like, "Wow, I like your hair," or something like that. And like, I was like, "Yeah, you look like an angel from afar," or like something like that. She was like, "Wow, really?" And like, I don't know, we just kicked it from there and talked about music and stuff, and I've been talking to her for about a couple months now. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yep. And now, you know, now look where we're at though. I text her now, and I'm probably gonna unveil to, some of her coworkers when I go hang out with them about, because that's the thing, they bring up the old crush sometimes because they know how I felt about her. But see, now I am falling for someone else, and I think it's for the better.
Oh, good.
Like I think the old crush was supposed to deal with those red flags, and the higher power revealed the crush that I should have fell for. But it wasn't time yet because I was not stable enough.
Oh.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Being that vulnerable where you can easily just be lured in, like it's bad. And I remember like sometime like I was out with some friends, and next thing you know I got a text from the ex, and I'm like, oh man, got an episode. I remember she was trying to be relatable, like to bring you up, and I told my friends, I gotta go see someone real quick. Like I gotta go see. So I went to the person that I've talked to about music and stuff, and She was there. She sat down with me, and the, she was there for me. She's she's awesome, and I don't know. I think I fell for the wrong person, but I think it was supposed to be that way.
New crush? The new crush is awesome?
Yeah. I fell for the wrong person. But I fell for the wrong person for a good reason, because I wasn't stable enough to speak to the one I have now.
Uh-huh.
Because she wants me to still hang out with, the other coworkers who I'm friends with, and, still work on myself, focus on activities, and I'm still going to do that stuff.
Oh,
She
good.
just don't want me to get tunnel vision where I'm just all her. But I'm not going to do that. I think I'm good now. And
Good.
I'm pretty excited to see where things go.
All right.
But yeah. I just know my grandma went to New York City not long ago. How was New York City?
Talking about a New York City. New York City. Talking about a New York City.
Oy vey. My grandma is an American person.
Yep, I am.
But yeah, been working on myself a lot, and I just get stronger each day.
That's good, James.
Yeah. And I'm so thankful for my friends.
I bet you are.
Yeah. If my grandma had $1 million, what would she do with it?
I'd buy all my kids' houses.
Wow. My grandma cool.
Amen.
My grandma is cool.
Thank you, James.
If my grandma went to America, where would she go?
Times Square
Ay,
to see Good Morning America.
ay, if my grandma went to America, if my grandma went to America, if my grandma went to America, if my grandma went to an America, if my grandma went to America, if my grandma went to an America, if my grandma went to an America, if my grandma went to an America. If my grandma went to America, if my grandma went to America, if my grandma, If my grandma went to America, if my grandma went to America, if my grandma went to America, if my grandma, if my grandma, if my grandma went to America, if my grandma went to America, if my grandma to America, if my grandma, if my grandma. If my grandma hears, beep 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 beep. Woo 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 woo. Wee 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 wee. Woo 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 woo. Woo 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 woo. Wee 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 wee. Oh yeah, the karaoke was amazing today.
Well, good.
My grandma had a blast. My grandma sang like 12 songs.
Oh, Jay.
I don't want to go to Jefferson tomorrow, but I got to work on a budget. See here. Gotta work on a budget, and I'm gonna stick to it this time too. Cause now I got goals.
Good.
Yep. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna write a song today. I don't know. I just can't wait to see how things, play out.
Yeah.
I know you're not supposed to rush into stuff. I'm working on that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm working on my patience at work.
Well, that's good.
Because I can be patient with work. I can be patient with this. But the thing is like, I don't know when I guess the impatience is just, I don't, no one likes starting over, but that's also a part of life.
Yeah.
So it's like, would you rather be patient for the right person, or would you rather be impatient for the wrong person,
Be patient for the right person.
Yep. And that's why I'm going to be patient. Who knows? Maybe she'll surprise me at open mic, and then I can serenade her. That's what I want to do.
Where they have it?
And she knows. She knows where they have it. Like, yeah, I told her she could bring her kid. Like, I don't mind. And work on that. Where is this? Yeah. I remember my grandma when she was American. I remember when my grandma was American. Remember when my grandma was American. Ugh, Snap City. There was some other stuff I wanted to talk on the podcast, but I don't even remember them.
Oh.
But yeah, I've just been working on myself. I think now that I got, let's just classify her as like a pillow. Now that I got, you know, I can finally get love from, just individual, one individual. Of course, I get love from my friends too, but more emotional love from my crush. Now that I got that checked off, I could focus on myself on the outside, like money wise, and everything else. Because I know
Hey. Yeah.
I can give her a text and say, hey, I'm coming in, and then she'll just take me, and we'll just go from there, and then spend time with her, and I don't know, it's like we're at a stage where right now we're building up the emotional bond. And that's the thing, that's the cool thing about it. Because I prefer going in on slow days anyway. Because, I mean, like this Saturday, gosh, my anxiety was through the roof in there.
Why?
And there was a lot of people in there.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm just focused on finding her. And it was so funny because my friend, he got involved because he likes seeing me happy, and so he's like, James, I'm trying to look for her, but I don't see her. And like we were late dropping him off because he wanted to help me look for her, and I was like, she's probably busy. And then his brother said, "Don't worry, man, I'll tell her you were looking for her and everything." And took him home, came back, still didn't see her, but I'm having anxiety because, to be honest, like when I go there, like I mean, I kind of just want to see her. But at the end of the day, like if I see my friends there, I'll go talk to them too. But like on Saturday, like I just want to see her. Like I'm going in there, just a quick hug or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to keep me going, cause Sundays. But I've very happy, very very happy. Me is very very happy, and so yeah, I'm working on my patience. Work on myself. Work on my money management. Now that I got the whole love thing figured out, I'm gonna go focus on the simple stuff like keeping like stay hygienic. I clean my face and clean my apartment. Take care of my nails. Just that stuff. And stay with writing. Do open mic, which I'm getting back in the swing of that tomorrow. I go to the meeting with a couple of her friends from work. I go to a meeting with them every Wednesday. Well, every other Wednesday. This Wednesday, I could actually go to karaoke at the cinema place, so that's gonna be cool. Might go try that out. See what songs they got. But see, now I can get involved in other activities and not have to worry about, you know, being loved that day because I have contact with her. Like I can just send her a text message or something and she'll usually respond in a pretty timely manner.
Oh, good.
That's really all I wanted. That's really all I need is just just to know that my emotions are being heard and stuff. I'm fine. As long as my emotions are being heard, I'm fine. But it's when my emotions aren't heard, that's when I'm not fine. And when the old crush told me that she wasn't getting my text messages, like that's kind of it, because I'm too emotional. Well, when I was crushing on her, that is, because I never really got to talk to her. She was always too busy. But now, I always talk to my crush now, and I don't know, everything I think's gonna get better from here.
Well, good.
Yeah. I do want to work on my hat collection. I do want to get a Black Hawk hat. For some reason, I want to get stuff with like Indians. I don't know. Ever since I went to Montana and I'm seeing all the Indian, like, the Indian attires type stuff. Like I want the Black Hawk. I want a Black Hawk hat. The Indian hockey team. I want to get maybe a Chiefs hat and maybe an Indian hat. The Indians hat, though I think they're a baseball team. Like just have a collection of different type of Indian stuff because I don't know. It's just a cool symbol. It's just cool looking.
Yeah.
But I want to work on my hat collection. But yeah, I can't wait till my friend gets out of the detention center. Like, you have no idea. He is so popular when we go down there. Like, everyone knows him, and he's like, James, you're going to be shocked when I get out of this detention center. He's like, I don't even dress up like this, like, or anything. I'm like, he's already got plans where he's going to own a cleaning business as soon as he gets out. He already got that set up and everything. Like, he is a businessman. Grandma, he works from 6 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the morning. And then he still wants to go downtown.
Oh, my.
Yep. I'm learning a lot from that guy. But the message he sent me today is, about me being his family. That really made my day.
Yeah, I bet.
And it's so cool. Like, I feel so safe down there now. Like, you have no idea. But believe it or not, him and his brother, they actually, make sure no one messes with the women and stuff there too. Because, my crush, because I told her that, yeah, that's my friend's brother. And she was like, oh, him? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, if you ever feel bothered or something, just tell him. He'll make sure no one messes with you. And he really does. He's really cool.
Oh, okay.
Like, that place is like my safe spot. Like, for real. No one judges me. And, Grandma, you'll be surprised at some of the characters that come in there. Like, it kind of attracts, because there's another guy who's kind of like me, kind of ish. I don't talk to the guy, but he dresses how I kind of used to dress. Like the whole, like, I don't know how to explain it. He has like this, it kind of has like a goth thing going for him. So now I know where some people go. But like, I like where I'm going, but I'm seeing little bits of me in some of the people who come in, basically.
Oh.
Yeah. Oy vey. I know my grandma is very cool. My grandma is very awesome. My grandma went to a lot of places. She went to New Orleans, and then she went to the Kentucky Derby, and then she went to Francisco. Yeah, I miss Second Charles. I miss going over there, seeing what movies they had on clearance or something.
Yeah.
It's like right by my apartment. It was like right by my apartment. It was nice.
You think they'll open another one?
It's already open. It's in a whole nother city, though. Oh man, I gotta get my phone on the charger. Oh man, gotta go get my phone on the charger. Hey, but yeah, it's already in another city. They just moved it.
Oh.
But yeah. Yeah, I want to get into the habit of like cleaning my face more with that. Oh man, the hiccups are coming up. Man. Man, it's my nose that bothers me. Gosh dang it, man.
What's the matter?
The hiccups. They won't leave me alone. I try not to have my hiccups. It's probably because I ate too much. I ate that whole thing of ice cream.
Oh, you did?
Yep. What about you? Does Grandma believe in ice cream?
Yeah, I do, but I don't eat it very often.
What do you usually eat?
Fruit.
Fruit and cottage cheese?
Yeah, fruit and cottage cheese.
What kind of cottage cheese do you buy?
Prairie Farm.
Oh, okay. I'll never forget the time my grandma goes to America, and then she went to Zimbabwe. I remember the time my grandma went to New Zealand. I remember the time my grandma went to Ukamaka. Oy vey. I remember when my grandma was telling me the story about Windshire. Grandma, what did you have to say about Windshire whenever you used to tell me enjoy that bedtime story before we would go to bed? Remember it being like, it was like Windshire, remember?
No, I don't.
Great Windshire. Basically what you would do was me and Joel would be getting ready for bed, and you would say, okay guys, are you guys ready to hear a bedtime story? And I was like, yeah, I want to hear a bedtime story, yeah. And my grandma was like, okay, well this one is going to be about the tale of Windshire. And I was like, oh, yeah. And Joel was like, yeah. And so we're all snuggled up in our blankets. And Grandma says, one time, in the town of Windshire, where there was a little boy, and there was a little girl. And then I would go, yeah, I'm the little boy. And Joel would go, yeah, I'm the little girl. I'm the little girl. And then you would go, yes, you are. And then you say, okay, now continuing where I left off. So, there was a little boy and there was a little girl in the town of Lincolnshire. And I was like, yeah, Lincolnshire, sounds fancy, And you say, the little boy sees an abandoned house ahead, and he says, hey, let's go explore over here. And then the little girl says, yeah, let's go.
Oh.
So the little boy and the little girl went exploring to the abandoned house. And the little boy says, what is that? There's a big old hole in the grass. And the little girl says, I see it.
Oh.
And so they jump over it. They walk over it. And the little boy and the little girl are just rummaging through these bushes to get to the abandoned house. And then they run across this really dirty sign, and they wipe it, and it's like nothing but dirt comes on his hand when he wipes it, and he tries to read it.
It looks like it says House of the Windshires. The Windshires. Oh, wait.
And then he wipes underneath Windshire, and it says House of the Windshire Family.
Oh, the Windshire Family.
And it was kind of broke. The sign was kind of broken, like it's aged, like it's been a while since anyone's ever been. Like this house is just covered in vines, and like, I mean, it just looks like a wreck. But the little kids are very, very determined. They're on an adventure. And so the little girl says,
Hey, if you look down here, there's like a little hole underneath the cave.
and so the boy looks down and he says,
Let's go. Yee.
so they sneak under the hole, and they're in the yard of the abandoned house. Now the grass is very, very tall. It's like very, very tall. And the kids, you can't even see them. They're so small. Like the grass towers over them. So they're rummaging through there. And then, out of nowhere, the little boy and the little girl turn around, and they see a little boy playing in the grass, and they scared him. So the little boy looks at him, and he says,
Hey, what are you doing here?
he says,
I like to play in the grass. You want to play in the grass? Oh.
and then the little boy says,
No, I can't play in the grass. I'm on an adventure. We going in the house.
and then the little boy looks, the other little boy looks at him and says,
I wouldn't go in the house. I would rather play in the grass.
and then he looks, so the little boy looks at him and he says,
No, I played in the grass all the time. I'm tired of playing in the grass.
and he says, and the other little boy looks at him and says,
Yeah, but the grass is torn. The grass is soft. Look how soft the grass is. Feel it.
and he rips off some of the grass, and he offers his hand to the little boy, and he says,
Feel the grass. It's soft. Get grass.
and the little boy takes the grass, and he says,
It just feels like grass.
and then the other little boy says,
Yeah, but the grass is soft. It's soft grass. Soft grass.
and he says,
Whatever.
and he throws it on the ground. He says,
We're on an adventure. Leave us alone.
and so the little girl and the little boy continue to take off, and then as behind them, that other little boy yells,
All right, but just remember, I invited you to play in the grass. You didn't want to play.
and they turn around and they say, whatever, but the little kid was already gone. Dun, dun, dun. And then, so the little boy just shrugs it off. He just says,
Maybe he just ran in the grass. He likes the grass. Yeah, he likes grass. Let's go up.
so they get on the stairs, and the stairs are all creaky. And so it's like,
Creak, 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 creak.
and then when the little girl jumps on the stair,
Ah!
she kind of falls through the first stair. And then the little boy says,
You gotta be careful. The wood is kind of rotten.
and he offers her his hand, and she grabs it and says,
Okay.
and he picks her up out of there, and they continue to go on adventure. And the door is it's like jammed, so they can't open the door. Like something's blocking it. That's blocking the door from opening. And so the little boy tries to turn the knob and tries to press his body as hard as he can against the door, but it's not budging. He's like,
the knob is turning, but the door's not opening.
and so the little girl got the little investigator in her, and she's like,
I'll find a way in.
and so she walks around the porch looking for some kind of, some kind of hole or something to get in the house. And then out of nowhere, you hear,
Hey, what are you doing?
and the little boy turns around, and it's an elderly lady, and he turns around and he says,
I thought this place was abandoned.
and the old lady looks at him and says,
It's not abandoned. You see me right here, don't you?
and the little boy says, and then she just looks at him and she says, and then he just says,
Okay, I'm leaving, bye.
and so he runs as fast as he can, and the old lady just goes, and then the little girl hears him running on the porch, and she says,
Hey, come over here.
and he says,
No, there's an old lady here.
and she says,
What?
and he says,
Yeah, look over there at the corner. There's an old lady over there.
so the little girl gets up, and she looks around the corner, but there's nothing there. Doom, doom, doom. And she says,
Ain't no old lady there. Come on.
and so she found this like little spot where it looks like there was a hole in the wood, but they used like some kind of clay to patch up a hole, like probably from like some rodent that made a hole like back in the old days. And so they used like some form of clay, and she was digging the clay out with her hand, and there's like a hole that's big enough for a little kid to fit in, but like no one else can fit in there, like an adult or teenager or whatever. But so she's like,
Come on, look.
and she crawls right in, and the little boy's kind of hesitant. He's like,
I don't know about this.
and then he looks to his left and he looks to his right, and he hears like bristling in the grass, so he turns around where the noise is, and he sees that old lady, and she looks at him and says,
I thought you left.
and so when she comes, he goes, and he crawls in the hole with his sister. So they're inside the house. Now, there's like barely any sunlight hitting the inside the house, so everything's like dark, but it's dim because the grass is so tall. So, and there's tons of vines and stuff, so there's like really no sunlight coming in the house. And the first thing the little girl says,
Ew, it stinks in here. Ew.
and the little boy says,
I don't think we should be in here.
and the girl says,
Quit being a baby.
and he looks over where the door was, and there's nothing holding the door. Dun, dun, dun. There was nothing holding that door shut. And the little boy just looks confused. He says,
Hey, I thought someone was holding that door. Now, there ain't nothing there. But I swear I felt something.
so he goes over there and turns the knob and he opens the door and it opens. And he says,
Well, this don't make any sense.
so he shuts the door and he's really confused. And he says,
I really don't think we should be in here. I mean, the door wasn't opening, and now we're in here, and there ain't nothing blocking the door. I don't think we should be here.
but the little girl is too adventurous.
She's like, come on, I just got done watching Dorothy exploring. I want to go explore.
The little boy says,
Fine.
so the little girl is running around the house like a wild child. And like the house is like all dusty and there's like growths, mushrooms, stuff you would find in an abandoned house. But the little kids just really disregard it. But the little boy's kind of freaked because he's the one who's all the old lady and everything. And then the little boy bumps into something because the little girl kind of ran ahead of him. And he bumps into this big black mass and he looks up. And it's a guy. It's an older looking guy. And he's like super tall. And he looks at him and says, "What is you in my house?" And the kid looks up at him and says,
I thought this place was abandoned.
and he says, "Well, you see me here, don't you?" And the kid just looks at him and says,
Yeah.
and he says, "So then that means it ain't abandoned, right?" And the kid just looks at him and goes,
Yeah.
and he says, "Can you please get out of my house?" And the kid just looks at him and says,
No.
and the guy looks down and says, "Why not?" And he just looks at him and says,
Were you the one holding the door?
and he says, "What do you mean? I wasn't holding no door." And then when the kid turns around, there's a big old like wall holding the door that wasn't there before.
Goodness.
But wait though, it's been silent. And the kid looks up and he says,
That wall wasn't there before.
and he says, "I don't know what you're talking about." And the boy just looks at him and says,
Where's my sister?
and he says, "I don't know what you're talking about. You're the only kid I see in here." And he says,
No, my sister ran ahead.
and he says, "Well, let's go look for your sister." So the kid just looks at him and says,
Okay.
so the kid follows the tall guy. He's like very tall. And they're looking. "Little girl, little girl." And then you got the little boy going,
Sister, sister, where are you? Where are you?
and then they look around the house, but nothing is to be found. And the guy just says, "Kid, we looked everywhere for her. She is not here. I think it's time for you to go." And the little boy says,
Well, maybe she doing outside?
So, the little boy opens he crawls in the hole that he used to get in, and the lawn freshly cut. It's not abandoned looking, and the kid looks puzzled, and he sees that same old lady sitting in a rocking chair, playing her rocking chair back and forth, and she's just like, and she's just reading a little book. I don't know what she's reading, but she's rocking in her rocking chair reading a book. And the little boy comes up to her and says,
"Hey, do you know where my sister went?"
And the old lady looks at him and says,
A little girl. To tell you the truth, I am your sister."
And the little boy says,
"No, you're not."
and the old lady says,
"Yes, I am. If you take this, if you, that big black wall that was holding the door shut?"
and he says,
"Yeah."
She says,
The sister, me, I was the one holding it behind the black wall."
and he was like,
"But how?"
and she just said,
"That tall man, he put me in there. And I aged. Now I just live here. I am your sister. Go knock on the door."
So the little boy goes and he knocks on the door and he hears,
"Help! Help! 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 Help!"
and that's his sister's voice. So he runs. Well, he tries to open the door first, but it's not opening. So he crawls in underneath the hole, and the old lady is like, and the little boy crawls under the hole, and there's that black wall right in front of the door, and it's not matching up. It doesn't make any sense. And there's that big guy who says, "Hey, I thought you left." And he says, the kid looks at him and says,
"My sister's in that wall. Get her out now."
and so the big tall guy, he says, "What do you mean?" And the kid was like,
"My sister's in there. I heard her voice."
and then so he knocks on the wall that's holding the door, but he doesn't hear anything. Dun dun dun. So then he crawls out of the hole. He goes back out the way he did to go knock on the door to hear his sister's voice, but yet in the rocking chair there was his sister. Dun dun dun.
His sister was in the rocking chair?
The old lady was his sister all along.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
Did his sister get younger?
No.
Oh, she stayed an old lady.
She aged there.
Oh.
So maybe it was a ghost, I don't know. Or maybe she died in that abandoned house and she would go visit her brother who she didn't grow up with. I don't know. I just made it all up.
Boy, James, you know, you do really good with those voices. You sounded like a little old lady, sounded like a little girl, and you sounded like a little boy, sounded like an old man. You do good with the voices.
So do you.
My goodness, you're good with that.
But so do you, Momo.
I do?
Yeah. Do your best little kid voice.
Hello, James. How are you? How are you? I for. You know for. I for. No, you don't.
You're scaring me. Grandma.
I cry. You don't cry.
Grandma, that's scary.
What's scary?
Your voice.
Oh, it is?
You sound like a little kid with a deformity.
Oh, James. Oh,
Like,
James.
you want to know what kind of little kid I imagined? This little girl with like some messed up brown hair, and she got a hunchback, like the hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
my grandma's good at doing voices.
oh, you are.
Oh, Grandma, I got it from you.
You're really good at doing voices.
No, you are. But yeah. You want to know one thing that bothered me kind of?
What?
It was not long ago. It was when I was at Mom's house. And she's talking about her concerns for this guy who is just over emotional all the time. And I'm like, she's concerned for this guy's mental well-being and everything, but it's kind of like, hey, but you know, it just don't make any sense. Because she was talking about how concerned she was about him and like how emotional he is and all this stuff. But like, it's kind of like, well, what about the stuff I went through? Like, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't really understand that. You know, but then again, it was like the same thing. Like when we lost someone to suicide, and Mom says, if you kids ever need to talk about this, you just let me know. But then, I don't know, but like when I went to go talk to her about it, it was a whole different story. It was like a whole 160. Like just saying, stop thinking like that. You get to this guy who's not her blood relative or anything, she's not saying stop thinking like that to them. She's concerned. So, I don't know, just hearing that, I didn't really get it.
Maybe your mom is learning something.
Learning what?
Learning how to be compassionate to a mentally ill person.
Well, Grandma, she's, well, maybe in the process, I guess, but it just don't make any sense that she shows that much compassion towards, you know, someone who's not her blood.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope things get better at the end of the day, but
Yeah.
can't control it. So, Mama,
Yeah.
if you went to Zimbabwe, what would be the first thing you would do?
I'd get a bunch of bananas.
Why bananas from Zimbabwe?
because I bet you they're good.
Are they known for their bananas?
I don't know. I bet they get plantains, which are the plátanos, what are they? They're yellow, but they're big bananas.
Ganados?
Fry them.
What?
You fry them.
Ganados.
No, plátanos.
How are they? When's the last time you had a platano?
Oh, a long time ago. You know, when Grandpa was alive, we got close to this couple, Wally and Viola. I can't even say their last name. They were from Nigeria. And do you know, when we would go to Chicago, they would say, Wally and Viola would say, hey, when you go to Chicago, pick us up a case of the plátanos, because they missed them, because they were always there was plenty of plátanos in Nigeria.
Wait, they would tell Grandpa to go get them?
Yeah, they would give him the money, and then he'd go to the Puerto Rican store and buy a box full of plátanos.
Oh, but they lived in Chicago?
No, they were living here. As a matter of fact, I think they still live here.
Oh, in Decatur?
Yeah, they have a thick accent.
Are you friends with them still?
Well, he used to have a pharmacy. He's a pharmacist.
Yeah.
He used to have a pharmacy, but he don't have it anymore. So I don't know what happened to them.
Maybe he invested in platanos.
Yeah, who knows?
And maybe he has a platano supermarket. They like platanos so much.
Yeah, I know.
What if he's a millionaire in platanos?
I don't know.
Hi there. I remember when my grandma made her first investment in the stock market. Never forget that. Grandma said she was going to put $1 million in this little local company that ended up going bankrupt, and Grandma lost all her money. Remember that, Grandma?
No, James.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, there was that local company that was back in 1996, because I remember when you talked to the person, her name was Shirley Winchell, and it was Shirley Winchell and Tom Winchell, and they were the owners of Winchell's windshield wipers, and they had this little bitty store, and it was called Winchell's Windshield Wipers, and all they did was sell these windshield wipers. And Grandma was feeling pretty generous. She was like, I'll put $1 million in your stock under your company, and you'll go from there. Well, little did they know that no one really makes stores for just windshield wipers, because you can get them at auto parts stores and stuff.
Yeah.
But windshield wipers, it was just dedicated to different type of windshield wipers. Like, this guy was like obsessed with windshield wipers. He had the best windshield wipers. He had modified windshield wipers. He had your extra large windshield wipers. He was like Bubba from Forrest Gump, but for windshield wipers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he knew his windshield wipers, and you put $1 million in their stock, and they ended up going bankrupt because they weren't getting anything. No one was coming in to buy windshield wipers because they could just go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's or something. So they ended up going bankrupt. Some people say my grandma's to blame, because some people say that, well, they used my grandma's $1 million to make the company go bankrupt and probably moved somewhere. Just, they didn't stretch my grandma's $1 million to take their store to the next level. But some people say they just went bankrupt. Whatever happened to Shirley and Tom?
Honey, I don't even remember.
You know,
No.
Shirley and Tom, they used to come over to your house.
Shirley and Tom.
Yeah, Shirley and Tom Winchell.
No, Mary and Tom did.
There was a Shirley and Tom. I remember Shirley had blonde poofy hair, and Tom had like kind of like black hair.
Gee, I don't remember.
Yeah, remember? You don't remember?
I remember Tom Ertl and Mary used to come over, and Tom had dark hair, and
No.
Mary had blonde hair.
Was her hair poofy?
No.
Exactly. Shirley had poofy blonde hair. Unless Tom has two families. Dun dun dun.
Oh.
My grandma went to America the other day. My grandma went to America. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. My grandma went to America. Yes, she did. Woo! Yes, she did. Woo! I'll never forget the time my grandma went to Zimbabwe, and she put $1,000 into a local Zimbabwean country. Let us see here. It is 3:00 in the morning, and I think I'm going to cut the podcast off because I am super duper tired. Sorry, day. But I will take my medicine today. But Grandma, do you have anything to advertise?
Yeah, Dunkin' Donut coffee.
How do they gotta prepare it?
I usually get a large mocha iced coffee decaf with 2 Splendas and some cream.
That's good stuff.
And it's $1.21 between 1 o'clock in the afternoon and 6 o'clock in the evening.
That's good stuff. You can't beat that.
Yeah, I know.
So you guys heard that here first. So get on it.
And I want to say that Jesus is Lord.
There you go. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. You can't beat that.
Oh, yeah, right. Amen.
I want to advertise my grandma being the coolest person in North America and North Korea combined. My grandma actually won a solitaire tournament that was based in North Korea not long ago. She got first place, and one of the representatives of North Korea said, "Oh, you cheetah, cheetah, she American, cheetah." And they were accusing her of cheating. But when the verdict came around, my grandma wasn't cheating at all. They were just jealous because they got beat by an American at the game of solitaire, which was originally created by the North Koreans.
Oh.
Did you know North Korea has the cure for all diseases?
No.
Yep. If I'm not mistaken, it was Kim Jong-il that was advertising it when he was still in office. Let me find that article. Because my grandma went to America today, and she was like, I'm in America, yeah. Let's see here. No, thanks. Let's see here. What was I going to type? Oh, yeah. North Korea.
Hurry up, James. I just have one bar on my phone.
Okay, hang on.
And it's one that I just got off the charger.
Yeah. Hang on. Maybe this is why Donald Trump wanted to be cool with them. Okay, so let's see here. Where is it? Okay. Oh, so this was while Kim Jong-un was in office. Momo.
He still is.
Yeah. It says here from sciencemag.org, Kim Jong-un, North Korea's leader at military hospital. A new report warns that poor medical practices in the country, including tainted blood supplies, could be contributed to HIV infections. Whatever that means. But, exclusive, the title, North Korea claimed to be free of HIV, but infections appear to be surging. No, wait a minute.
Well, it doesn't sound like they have a cure.
Wait a minute. This is fake news. You gotta read it.
It's out of North Korea, I wouldn't believe.
Well, Grandma, that's fake news, though. Okay, here it is. Kim Jong-un says he has cured AIDS, Ebola, and cancer. Apparently, a single injection made up of a secret combination of ginseng and rare earth elements is going to prevent and cure some of the worst public health epidemics our society has ever seen. Let's see here. Kim Jong-un, the notorious North Korean dictator whose father didn't take nothing because he had magical powers, just found a cure for AIDS and Ebola and cancer. The Korean Central News Agency dropped an announcement about the miracle drug Kundang number 2 Thursday that said a single injection made up of a secret combination of ginseng and rare earth elements is going to prevent and cure some of the worst public health epidemics our society has ever seen. That's the same state news agency that told the world North Korea discovered a unicorn layer back in 2012, by the way. The drug's website claimed that a medical study in Africa where Kumdang number 2 was administered to HIV-positive patients improved the health of every single participant in the dry run. It even cured 56% of those who received treatment. Kim Jong-un's dad, Kim Jong-il, also said he invented the hamburger, so there's that. So Kim Jong-il invented the hamburger. If you're wondering where North Korea's supreme leader gets this, check out our documentary about the time we met him in person. So that was from Vice.com. But see, Grandma, what if that's why Donald Trump wanted to be associated with him, because he has all these cures?
I don't know.
What do you think, Momo?
Well, I wouldn't believe it. They're going to have to show me proof.
But Grandma, what the website says, and it's coming from a source from North Korea. So you can't say that it's lying.
Well, but
So today, for my advertisement, I want to advertise North Korea having the cure for all these things and my grandma supporting it. If my grandma supports it, I support it too. Ain't that right, Grandma?
yeah, but I don't know. I can't say for sure.
Grandma, I'm going to make you a t-shirt that says Kumdang number 2.
No, no, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Don't you dare.
Yes, I am.
Not going to wear it.
Grandma, why? It's for a good cause. It's for the cure of HIV and cancer and Ebola.
North Korea, and I don't want anything to do with North Korea.
But Grandma,
Except those people about Jesus.
but Grandma, but they're testing it in Africa.
I don't believe that, James.
How
They
can
could
you?
be saying anything.
But how can you say that that's wrong? Like, it's coming from their sources.
Yeah, but who knows who their sources is?
Well, I'm gonna make you a Kumdang number 2 shirt.
No, you're not.
So you don't support the cure of HIV and cancer and Ebola?
James, I gotta see it to believe it.
Grandma, the statistics are right there. See, now you're starting to question, ain't you?
Yeah.
See? One day you'll come around, Momo. Until then, we're going to turn this podcast off because I'm getting super tired. I think I'm dehydrated from that pizza.
Oh, okay.
But
Too much salt.
yeah, too much herbs and all that stuff too. So, probably gonna take my medicine, drink some water, and go to bed. But me and Grandma are off the air.
Goodbye.